What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today we are going to go ahead and review the brand new hero in Lords Mobile, and that is Ursula the Berserker. Now, there she is right here. Now, she is a hero that comes with all army buffs, and what I mean by that is her battle skills are all army related. Army max HP, which at gold is 25%. Army max defense, which is 25% at gold, and army attack, which is 20%. Now, this is reminiscent of other heroes like Lore Weaver, which also have the same battle skills, and Songstress of the Sea. Now, the only difference here as far as this is that Songstress of the Sea is ranged, Lore Weaver is cavalry, and now Berserker is going to be infantry. And essentially what that does is, if you use her with infantry units, your attacks are actually going to be doing more damage. Now, it's not like nothing incredible or out of this world, but it is a nice little boost. So just keep things in mind, like the type, which is infantry, because it does give you a nice little boost when you actually send her in with infantry units. Now, there is something that I want to point out. Lore Weaver was $775 US to go from to silver to gold. I believe Songstress is like 1200 or north of 1200. I'm not exactly sure on her, but Berserker is also like Lore Weaver, which is 775. I'm not sure why these two right here, Berserker and Lore Weaver, are 775, and then Songstress is much more than them, when really at the end of the day the battle skills are the same, and the only thing that's different is the type, which is ranged. And coincidentally, Lore Weaver and Berserker actually seem to be Lore Weaver is actually very good in Colosseum. Berserker, she seems to be useful. I don't think she's going to be like super powerful, but she's going to be useful at times. Whereas Songstress is just not really good in pretty much anywhere else. So her higher price tag is a little weird to me. But just keep in mind that Lore Weaver, Songstress of the Sea, and now Berserker are all pretty much all army attacks. One's infantry, one's cavalry, one's range. But Berserker is the last one. Now let's go ahead and move on to her hero skills. Now let's start with the first skill, and that's Grizzly Smash. Now it throws a powerful punch dealing damage to all enemies in a medium area and knocking them back, which is a very it disrupts other heroes' attacks, so it's going to be very useful in things like the Colosseum. So that's actually pretty good in that area. The next one is Ursula Wrath. Throws her shield at a target, damaging nearby enemies in a small area, but it also increases Ursula's magic defense for 8 seconds, which is actually very good because she is actually a tank. Her stats are comparable to that of Big Guy, but her stats are more lenient towards magic defense. She's more of a magic defense tank, like a Child of Light, whereas Big Guy is more on the defensive side against physical attack. So she's going to be a magic defense type of tank. Now the passive is Arctic Roar, which it increases the strength of all allies by 120. It is actually very good because since she is a magic defense tank, if you're going up against a magical team like a Petite Devil, like an Incinerator, like a Prima Donna, etc., you might want to start using somebody like a Demon Slayer. And because her passive is increasing the strength of things like the Demon Slayer, it's going to be even easier to take things out like a Petite Devil, etc., for a Colosseum. So that's very good. But also keep in mind that with monster hunting, etc., with the higher levels, the level 3s, level 4s, and 5s, when you want to start using a tank, this is actually going to start helping your damage if you need to use physical attackers. So just keep that in mind. Now, and of course, the ultimate is the Glacial Geyser. Smashes the ground, causing icicles to burst forth, deals mid-range damage to all enemies in a line, and it also inflicts freeze for 2 seconds. Now this is actually very reminiscent of Death Knight's skill when he ultimates and he freezes things around him. This is kind of like them, but the only difference is that this one deals damage when it happens, and also deals damage when the enemy heroes thaw out. So all in all, it does close to about 2600 damage or so. So that's actually pretty strong. And she's a pretty strong hero overall for attacking, for Colosseum, for monster hunting. She will have a place. I just don't think she's going to be like a really strong one. You just gotta keep that in mind. Okay, now let's jump over to the Colosseum. I actually have a replay of her with just her and Lore Weaver, the two new heroes. So this is just gonna showcase most of her abilities here, her knockback, her shield smash, her ultimate, and all that good stuff. So there we go. There we go with the knockback, and then the shield throw right here. Good thing is that these heroes don't really do too much damage just because of their levels, so I don't have to worry too much about that. There's the ultimate. They're frozen, and then they thaw out and they take damage. So there we go. Now she just did the shield throw here. So after we go ahead and finish this replay, we'll go ahead and try to just play it out with a brand new fight. There goes the ultimate again, freezes her, throws the shield, and that raises her magic defense. There we go, a nice little heal from Lore Weaver, and that match is done. There we go. She actually reminds me, if you guys ever played Guild Wars 2, she reminds me of Braun. If you don't know, just like Google Braun, Guild Wars 2. She has like pretty much the same design, which is actually kind of freaky. Alright, let's go ahead and show this replay here now with a full team. And like as you can see here, she takes the front tank spot in front of Child of Light, in front of Rose Knight, in front of those type of heroes. But she will not be in front of other heroes like the big guy, Death Knight, etc. So she's kind of like a secondary tank, kind of like what Rose Knight serves as. The only difference is that she will do more damage than a Rose Knight. So there we go. Now she seems to have a place in Colosseum, but it'll be to specific teams. So we'll have to see what works, what doesn't work, and whatnot. But overall, I feel like she's a very solid hero. And if you're looking for army, attack, defense, and HP heroes, I think that she's going to be a pretty good option, especially if you're infantry. But even if you're not infantry based, she's still going to be a very strong hero. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Berserker Ursula, and thank you guys for watching, and until later, bye.